Alright, I went ahead and added the 19 rows of the herringbone attached to the side corner bead of our bezel right here. So now I'm going to attach the top of the herringbone to this bezel right here. So let's see, my thread is on the back side, coming out of the bead on the back side. I don't need any beads right now, so I'm going to move them out of the way a little bit. Okay. So where I'm going to attach this to on the back is going to be in this bead right here, bead number 3 of our row of 5. Remember, we have 5 beads in between each of the corner beads that make up the back of the bezel. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is bead 3 right here. So I'm going to attach this rope section of herringbone to bead 3. So I'm coming out of this bead right here. I'm going to stitch through bead 3. Just pick it up with your needle. There you go. Bead 3. And then I'm going to come down through the next bead that's on top of the herringbone. Oops. I love it when I pull the needle. I think I'm pulling the thread alone, and then the whole work comes with it. Now I'm going to reinforce all 3 beads, stitching up through this bead right here on the top, bead 3, the second bead on the top. Up we go. Through bead 3. And then down through this bead right here. So it's nice and reinforced. Now we're going to stitch through so we can flip it over on the other side. We're not going through any beads, just a gap between these 2 sections right here. So now from here, what I want to do is I'm going to attach the top of the herringbone to pick this bead right here. This one right there. So you have, let's see, on the front you have the 7 beads, so 1, 2, 3, corner, 5, 6, and 7. The 4th bead is a corner, so we're going to stitch through bead 2, this one right here. So I'm going to stitch up through this bead on the top of the herringbone, bead 1, this is bead 2, stitch down to this bead right here and reinforce all 3 beads. Sorry, knocking camera there. And do that again so we can reinforce up to this bead on the top of the herringbone, bead 2 right here, just bead 2 alone. And then down through this bead right here. Okay, so the chain is anchored, and I'm going to close the gap because you can see this is open right here. So I'm stitching through the top bead. Then I'll reinforce that. Close it off. So I'm going to stitch down a few rows. Just a couple of rows. And I'll tie off. Come on. There we go. So I'll tie off right here. Again, I'm stitching behind these beads right here, so behind the thread that goes between all of the beads. Stitch, make a loop and stitch through that loop and pull. Taking my needle, stitching behind the beads, pulling till I have a loop, stitch through the loop, and pull. And when you pull, you'll feel a click. That way you know the knot has been tied. Just like my tongue here. Alright, so we have, remember, the two of the inner herringbone section, so this is one of the outer. So we're going to repeat these steps for the opposite side. For this side here, this is making up the last chain, and then we'll attach our last bezel. We'll attach our last bezel at the top, and then attach our bail.